You're watching E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video we're going to do our review for Game of Thrones, the episode entitled High Sparrow, and another solid entry. One of the things that I found most interesting about this episode right off the bat is the bittersweet feeling of Sansa returning home to Winterfell. And, you know, it's so weird because, you know, she gets there, you're like, oh man, it must be great. People, obviously the handmaiden telling her welcome home. The North never forgets, but she's marrying a psycho, which I don't even think Peter knows too much about, although I'm pretty sure he has an idea. He just doesn't want it to be known. But I don't think she has an idea of what she's getting into. Obviously, you know, the Boltons, they kind of know right now that they're up shit's creek without a paddle. They don't have the Lannisters back up anymore. Roose felt he needed to make you know, some sort of allegiance, and obviously with Baelish and the Vale, little security there, so he thinks, I'm sure, Lord Baelish has something up his sleeve. And, you know, Ramsey's girlfriend does not look very happy, so that's another concern. You know, Ramsey seems to be happy with Sansa, but he could more than likely be putting on a show himself. Theon is trying not to be seen, so it's going to be very interesting over the course of the next couple of episodes to see how those things play out, especially when you consider that Stannis Baratheon has his eye on Winterfell and was really trying to get Jon Snow to go with him and take back, you know, Winterfell and take back the North. But Jon, very strong in his convictions. He's the Lord Commander now. He's running the show up there in the North, and, you know, he was forced with a decision. And you want to know something? I'm almost certain that if he didn't have that conversation with Stannis Baratheon before he committed the execution, I really think that he might have thought twice after the guy was begging for his life, because he did stop. He hesitated, but I'm sure he remembered what Stannis said about his father having honor and how it got him killed. So very, very interesting events playing up north as well. And, you know, Jon Snow's got his work cut out for him. You know, there's people there that don't like him. I know, we all know as viewers that he's going to be a great leader, but, you know, what kind of other things he's going to have to deal with as Lord Commander, we'll have to see how that plays out as well. So a lot of things right away in terms of the North, the Night's Watch, Winterfell, a lot of good elements that can play out over the course of the next couple of episodes that I'm really looking forward to the most. So back in King's Landing, obviously Tomin had a great time with Maergery. Boy, I'm jealous. That kid's getting laid big time, huh? And a very beautiful woman. And she's got him. She's got him. He's pussy whipped. You know, you know, she's just got the kid. Cersei can kiss his ass goodbye. She doesn't have kids anymore. That's it. We didn't get to see Jaime and Bronn, but I'm sure we'll touch on that next week. I'm sure they'll visit them and how their transition's going, trying to get Jaime and Cersei's daughter back. But yeah, Tomin already told his mother, or kind of hinted, that she should go, and he was doing it very lightly. He was doing it very gently. But Cersei's not dumb. She knows that that's Maergery talking. She knows that Marjorie's in his head already. She's giving him the poontang. That's it. There's no going back for Tomin. Tomin belongs to Maergery now. It is official. It's the poontang power. That's what it comes down to. And he's what, 16, 17 maybe? Probably younger than that. He looks rather young. So, and he's, you know, those hormones are raging. You know, he gave it to her 4 times. That's it. That's it. Kiss him goodbye, Cersei. You're on your own. So, you know, we saw Arya, and it was very heartbreaking to see her struggle with getting rid of Needle. You know what I mean? It's a sword that's been by her side. It saved her life. It's from her brother Jon, and they were very close. If you remember the first season, he especially made that sword for her. They, you know, so it's almost like she's losing a part of him. But she didn't 100% give it up. She stashed it. Very clever move, and she commences her, I want to say commence her training. She's not really getting training per se as an assassin. It's kind of like the Mr. Miyagi approach, I like to call it. You know, you train them with chores. You break them in, teach them how to serve, humble them, and then teach them the good shit. I don't know what the hell is it with that girl that was beating on her, but I guess we'll find that out as we go. Now, the Sparrows, we learned a little bit more about them. They seem to be very committed, religious group. Obviously, the priest, I'm going to call him, I think it was the High Septim, but, he got caught in a brothel and he was humiliated in the streets and he tried to make a case for himself. That shit wasn't working. They threw him in the keep, and Cersei, oddly enough, goes to visit, is not very hostile, is actually quite humble, and I don't want to say nice, but, I don't know, this kind of threw me off. I think right now her head's all over the place, she's kind of kissing Marjorie's ass, which is not her style, and she kind of, I'm sure it's still an act, but she's not really in a position to be very demanding anymore. And Marjorie is the queen, so Marjorie supersedes her. They're going to listen to Marjorie before they listen to her. Although I'm sure Cersei has her collection of guards that she has bought off and that will protect her even from the queen. But right now she's not really in a position to do much. So very interesting stuff going on the episode. Again, it's all about planting the seeds. I mean, I really see some powerful episodes coming just from some of the things that they're doing in these first couple of episodes, and that's what really excites me. That's what keeps me going. Not that I would never watch the show, but that's what I'm looking forward to most, especially the North. I mean, Stannis is already ready to march down from the north to further down the north, if that makes any sense. And it's going to be interesting. That's going to be a war that's going to be very, very interesting. He doesn't have the manpower he wants. So whether or not he finds manpower somewhere else, I'm almost certain that a lot of the houses in the North that want Stark, that are loyal to the Stark name, will follow him, and just maybe not because they like him per se, but sometimes it's just an affiliation by understanding. It's like, all right, well, I don't like Bolton, you don't like Bolton, we don't like Bolton, let's go kill Bolton. I think that's what it's going to come down to. So, and then obviously we have Tyrion finally making his way towards Daenerys Targaryen, and before Varys is able to actually take him, he's kidnapped by Jorah, and I think this is obviously Jorah's move to try and get back into the good graces of Daenerys Targaryen. Meanwhile, there was that interesting speech, and I wish I knew the actress's name. Okay, she's on Arrow. She plays Maceo's wife. I don't even remember her name on the show. It's like, now it's just, I hate that. When you see someone you recognize, you don't know the actor's name, and then on top of that, you don't even remember their character's name for that moment because you're so surprised to see them on the show. But she, very much like the Red Queen, saying the same lines as the Red Queen. And it's so funny that when she said the Savior and she looked at Tyrion, I don't know if she looked at him because she heard his wise-ass remark or if that's a foreshadowing of what's to come in the future. Fairly interesting there as well. So, a very, very solid episode. Again, still planting some seeds. I think some people will be a little disappointed. Right now, it's slow going a little bit. But even though it may seem that way, if you're looking at it from the perspectives that I'm highlighting here in this review, there's a lot of good shit coming, I think. I really think there is, and that's what's got me excited. They're just, the way they're setting everything up, you can tell shit's gonna get real very, very soon. The scene with Podrick and Brianne was very touching. She finally seems to be warming up to the kid, and I like Podrick. I think everybody likes Podrick. He's a good kid, very, very loyal, and he's been taking care of her, and the fact that she's gonna teach him how to fight is just awesome, because Podrick, he deserves to learn. He's got to protect himself. It's just them two, and he's no good to her if, he doesn't know how to fight. So she's doing the right thing. He's going to benefit from that. So a lot of good things going on. Arya, obviously, once again, wants to be a faceless person, and, right now, it's a little tough for her. She doesn't understand. She doesn't know what's going on. She questions things a lot, and I think eventually she'll get it. But very touching scene with her and Needle. Just an overall, like I said, a good episode setting up things to come. And I'm really most interested, to be honest. The most interesting thing to me right now is what's going on with the Night's Watch and the Wall, and what's going to be happening in Winterfell, and really what is Lord Baelish's end game. Because I know for him right now, I don't think he wants to align himself with Bolton, because quite frankly, if he's always been in love with Catelyn Stark, and Bolton is the reason Catelyn Stark's dead. So I'm sure he's got something up his sleeve that we don't know about yet. The guy is a genius. He is a genius. Sometimes I still question whether or not he genuinely cares for Sansa. But at the same time, even if he does, there's no doubt that he's using her as leverage. So whether or not she benefits from it in the long run, that's a ways away. We'll have to see after everything plays out. May not even be something we see this season. But we'll see what happens. It's a good episode. I enjoyed it. Again, I'm just waiting for the payoff. And I think it's going to be a big payoff as these episodes progress. So stay tuned, man. It's going to be great. Anyway, guys, this is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Join the Nation's Facebook page to meet other subscribers or visit E.T.N's Facebook page and Twitter page. Links for all are in the description.